What's up, everyone? It's your boy Lou, aka Roro, bringing to you the Philips Hue Play. Let's check this bad boy out. It allows you to synchronize your Hue lights to any content that you're watching on your TV. Also, it's great with music. Let me put my sword down very quickly. Just here doing a quick voiceover as the mics were not working properly this day, but it's alright. Give it to you nice and clear and direct. Let's open this box up. First impressions were that the Philips Hue Play box looks like an Apple TV. Two of them stuck side by side. As you can see, it's nice and designed. 4 HDMIs in, 1 HDMI out, USB-C, and your power. It's nice and sleek, and it feels really good in the hands. Nice and heft to it. Just your normal paper documentations. Really not much to read in here. So, the only thing you need to do is really download the app. Has all the instructions. So taking out the packaging in the box inside, just your typical HDMI, one power block with a USB-C on one end. This power block is kind of unique because it has like 3 inputs, so you can actually connect the box and then two lights, whether the strips or the play bars. You can get that connected with one power block. So it's kind of weird design. Has like a little slide with the little prongs, but it works very well. Nice and simple, nothing too crazy. All right, let's go. Let's put this box together and just see my current setup. Kind of messy with the cable, so sorry about that, but this is an angle that you're not supposed to be, really seeing. So in here I have the little play bars, one on the left, one on the right, and then I have the Hue strips on the actual TV stand. So the way it's set up, the HDMI goes to one of the inputs of the Philips Hue and then the out to the TV. I have all my components being routed to the receiver, so it makes it a little bit easier. My Xbox, switch, cable box all goes to the receiver from one cable from the receiver to the input of the Hue, and one cable from the Hue box to the TV. Once you download the app, it's very simple. Basically, you're going to power it on and it's going to try to auto detect it. I believe it probably connects via Bluetooth because at this moment I haven't really put the Wi-Fi password. So in here it wasn't properly plugged in, so I needed to go back and mess with the cables. It wasn't in all the way. That's what she said. But yeah, so once I went back, got that fixed, just skipped over, the light started blinking, I hit yes and just continued with the setup. Super simple. Starts to detect it. The next step in here is going to prompt for the Wi-Fi password. After the Wi-Fi password, is a step that I didn't really record, is that I need to select the Philips Hue bridge. Once again, you can only really use this if you have other Hue light bulb products, meaning that you already have the Philips Hue bridge. So once I got to that step, the next scene was that I pressed the Philips bridge, and it synced it and it paired it. Very simple, very easy. After that, as you'll see here, just gonna do a quick button sync. You need to like hold it down for about 5 seconds so it can do a final pair. Some updates, and then we'll go on to showing you some of the video. There we go, just updating. Here we have some of the video that I recorded. One that I wanted to do was just going through all the colors, just to see how the colors on the screen matches the actual light bulbs or the lights, and it's very accurate. Red is red, blue is blue. It doesn't have some weird hue, so it does a very amazing job interpreting the color and matching it very, very close. So I was very impressed. In here, probably one of the best animes that I can show you. One Punch Man has the different colors that changes from purple to reds very fast, so it shows you how quick it can keep up with it. It's just amazing. I've seen this clip multiple times, and it's just phenomenal. Once again, you can see the colors. I have it in extreme mode in movie. So I have it movie extreme, which is the fastest that it changes the colors, and it keeps up right with that fast motion. So for content like this and very colorful anime video games, it looks very, very well. Does an amazing job keeping up with the colors and the little subtle changes. I'll show you some other content, some other video games, and some movies. As not everything that you watch, it's gonna be great for the hue lights. Wow, that's just amazing. With the sound, it just sounds so good, and it looks so good. Gives you the full immersion. And this one, Zelda's a little bit slower paced, so I change the speed to like a subtle, as the colors don't change as fast as that anime One Punch Man. So here I'm just going through different scenes that I cut back and forth within the world of Zelda, so you can see the colors matching the world. And here I go to the lava region. You can see that as I'm moving, as I'm panning left and right, it is changing, trying to match the stones, trying to match the colors of the lava. Does a really, really great job. Here's me playing Destiny. This is a scene where it has multiple colors all around the map, and for the most part it does a very good job of trying to mimic the borders, the colors of the borders, and expanding it to the wall. So another good job. Here's another game that I played. It's subtle, doesn't change colors as often, but it brings more immersion to it. Alright guys, is the Philips Hue Play worth it? Let's just talk about it. First few things, you'll definitely need some Hue lights, whether the strips, the play bars. Unfortunately, it does not work with other third-party light bulb manufacturers, so you definitely need to be invested in that ecosystem that is Philips Hue. Some of the things that I like about this, now that I'm invested with the Hue lights, watching anime, video games, things that really pop, real colorful things, does bring additional immersion into it. It takes that image and it just spreads it to the back of the wall. So if you have a smaller TV, 40s, 50s, 60s, even 70s, it'll definitely take that image and expand it. So if you're an anime watcher, video gamer, or a lot of content with a lot of colors, definitely recommend it. Some of the movies that I watched some of these horror movies, kind of dark, ambient. I don't recommend it as much just because it can distract you. Some of the fast-paced change in colors will cause some of these light bars to go from white to black to red, and sometimes it can distract you. There are different settings where you can slow it down and not be as dramatic, but I found that some of the darker movies, I just preferred it completely off. Another great usage for it is music. I love to play music. Come Friday night, I'm pretty sure the neighbors already know my playlist. As they look at the time, it's Friday 7 p.m. It's a wrap. I got music playing all the way from Friday to Sunday. But with the music, the Hue does an amazing job of finding the different tempos, the different beats within the music, and changes the color accordingly. And I think it does give it a nice ambient, dramatic feel depending on the type of music that you play. If it's upbeat hip-hop, definitely you see the lights flash. If it's low-key R&B, jazz, it definitely picks up on that. So if you listen to music and you want some ambient colors, definitely do it. Some of the negative things that I experienced myself is what you call CEC. It's the way that the electronics communicate with each other. So when you turn on your Apple TV, it's supposed to tell the receiver to turn on, to the TV to turn on, and just all automatically without you having to switch it. So the way that I have my setup currently geared up, my Switch, my Xbox, the TV all goes through the receiver. To make it simple with the cabling, I did the receiver to the Hue box and then one output from the Hue box to the TV. And what I've noticed is sometimes the pass-through, meaning that if I click on the Apple TV, it doesn't react right away. Sometimes I have to turn it on, the receiver, turn it back off. TV sometimes doesn't pick up the signal. Now, it could very well be the other electronics. It could be my TV, it could be my receiver. I have had certain little issues in the past, but I've just noticed it a little bit more when I incorporated the Philips Hue box. And I think that's something that can improve over time with software updates, and it could very well be some of the other companies, other electronics that I'm using conflicting with that handshake. So don't let that discourage you if you want to use the colors and the Philips Hue box. Very simple setup. Like I said, one to the power, one HDMI to the TV. The biggest thing you need to know, once again, you need to be already invested with the Hue lights. I believe it can do a total of 10 white color light bulbs or Hue lights in the play area that you've predefined. Now, is it worth it? It's normally $229. I honestly think that if it was more, $199, $169.99, $150, I think in that price range, I think that's the sweet spot. In the $230, if you already invested with the Hue lights and they're a little bit more premium compared to some of the other ones, it makes you pause and makes you wait for a sale. But overall, it is a very good product. Definitely enjoy it. I'm definitely using it when I'm seeing the animes, the colorful animation movies, video games. Definitely brings another level of immersion. So we'll continue playing with it. If new updates, new settings, new features are available, we'll make some updates. But this is your boy Roro, aka Lou, part of Techie Family. Over and out.